Okay, so here's the thing. You clicked on this video because you're shy, quiet, socially awkward, or an introvert, and because of that, you have a hard time interacting with people, speaking up, and being confident to communicate effectively. Honestly, I get it. Like, I've always been a person who's been super awkward in social settings. Like, something simple as getting up to go to the washroom in the middle of a class can make me feel super awkward because I don't want everyone looking at me. I just feel like the spotlight's on me and that makes me super socially awkward. Or every time I have a conversation with someone that I'm not super close with, like a classmate or something, I keep replaying the conversation in my head afterwards and just hyper focusing on the small mistakes I made because I'm so hyper obsessed and hyper focused on how I appear in social settings, and if I was awkward, if I just talked properly, or if I communicated confidently. And all these kind of like barriers that I put onto myself, these thought processes that I have, makes it so hard for me to confidently communicate in social settings. And even though I'm still this person today, this person who hates talking to people, who hates socializing, who has a super small, tight-knit friend group, who never goes to parties or anything like that, I've still been able to develop some sort of social skills, just enough for me to confidently communicate during presentations, be a student soccer coach, create YouTube videos like this one, and do well on an interview and land my dream job. I think for most of us, one of the biggest reasons why we have social anxiety and awkwardness is because of the experiences that we had in our childhood. Even though I was pretty smart and had friends at school, I remember when I was like super young, like grade 1 and grade 2, I was like super chubby and fat, so I was left out of many things. And even though at that time I didn't really care much about it and that didn't really affect me, I do believe those experiences have had a massive impact on me and my social awkwardness. When we're younger, we feel left out, we feel excluded, and as we get older, we hold on to this belief and end up excluding ourselves from most situations. Like, because I feel so awkward talking to people, because I think everyone else is cooler than me, I decide that, okay, I'm not gonna deal with all this. I'm just gonna exclude myself, not talk to them in the first place. And because I do that in so many different settings, like I decide that, oh, I'm not gonna talk to them, they probably don't like me. I'm not gonna talk to them, they probably don't like me. I'm actually excluding myself, and only then is it actually becoming more harder and more socially awkward for me. No one's actually excluding me. Most of the time, I'm excluding myself from social situations. Another really important thing I want you to remember is that there's actually way more people who feel like us in this world than you think. Like, say you're comparing yourself to a person or a group of people, I can promise you those people are comparing themselves to another group of people or another person. The way you feel not cool enough, you feel like, oh, you don't belong. They actually, even though you think they're cooler than you, they actually might also feel the same exact way. To add on to that, there might be someone else comparing themselves to you and feel intimidated and anxious to talk to you, even though you're a socially awkward person yourself and you 100% understand how it feels. And kind of getting out of your own head, stop overthinking and taking on a broader perspective, being like, okay, I feel this way, but honestly, there's probably another 100,000 people who also feel this way as well, can actually help you get over the social anxiety and the awkwardness you're feeling. Like, I remember my first day of high school, only one person I knew from my elementary school was going to the same high school as me, and we were going to be in different classes anyways, so I pretty much knew no one there. And even though I was super duper scared, deep down I knew that I'm scared, but also everyone else in this class also feels that way. So my first class, I decided to sit beside another guy who looked friendly, who was wearing a soccer jersey, and be like, oh, do you play soccer? Just to start the conversation. Honestly, that sounds so awkward, but he didn't think I'm weird or anything like that. We ended up talking about what teams we play for, what teams we support, and I'm not even joking, we decided to stick together and go eat lunch the first day of school, and he ended up being one of my closest friends throughout high school. And the point I'm trying to make is that the way you're feeling, someone else is probably feeling the exact same way. So if you just take a step back and take a broader perspective, you can kind of overcome that social anxiety by being realistic and being objective about how everyone else is feeling in the same situation. In my personal opinion, the concepts I talked about in this video kind of fit in this larger picture of how to be a confident communicator. And if you're a person who struggles to communicate confidently, maybe you're an introvert, maybe you're just socially awkward and get anxious all the time, then what I want you to do is scroll down to the comments, and in my pinned comment, you're gonna see a link that's gonna take you to an in-depth video about how to confidently communicate and overcome the emotions and the internal barriers you face in social settings. I promise you that video is gonna be so useful for you. I spent a lot of time on it, so make sure to check that out. With that being said, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.